Alright lads, Adam King of Ants here, back with the third part of this football manager experiment, where we take a young 16-year-old footballer, max out his potential, and see if he can become the world's greatest. If you remember in the last two parts, that footballer was called Baby Yoda, because memes. Which I said in the last part actually, but I'm saying it again, so, get used to it. Anyway, so yeah, if you've not saw the last two parts, I recommend you go and watching them first so you know what's going on. But we left Baby Yoda at Wolves. He turned out to be he's turned into a good player. He's not really done much in terms of winning trophies. Wolves seem to just be a mid-table team. But I think in this episode we'll go all the way until his retirement and see if he can if he moves on, or if he can win any trophies. And hopefully it does, because it was pretty boring the last one. But, go and watch it. Anyway, let's get into this. So here we are at the end of the 2032 season. As you can see, Baby Yoda is now 29 years old, and he's described as an elite forward by the media. He's currently been at Wolves for what is 6 years now. His last year he made 35 appearances, scoring 13 goals with 3 assists and getting an average rating of 7.11. In terms of Wolves and where they finished, let's have a look. They finished 8th in the Premier League. Let's just see who won it. So Chelsea won it with 88 points. But yeah, Wolves 8th. So it seems to just be a mid-table team, nothing more than that. They don't seem to be doing much in the actual cup competitions either. As you can see, they were knocked out in the third round by Man City and knocked out in the fourth round of the Carabao Cup by Leicester City. So there's no chance of him winning many trophies while at Wolves. In terms of international, he does seem to be getting a few appearances, but as seen in the last video, England hadn't really done great in the World Cup, and to be honest with you, I can't see them winning any of the competitions. So yeah, what we'll do is we'll go another year, and we'll see if anything's changed, and if not, I might just fast forward 5 years and see where he's at 35. So I'll see you in a minute. So we're now at the end of the 2033 season. Baby Yoda is 30 years old, so he's no longer a baby. He is a grown man. So he's grown man Yoda. But yep, still worth 60 million. Still described as an elite forward. As you can see, some of these attributes are degrading now. So we're seeing a decline in his physicals, which I suspect will go down rather quickly, as his natural fitness is only 15. Anyway, he's still got 2 years left on his contract at Wolves. So this season, let's have a look and see what he's been up to. So he made 32 appearances, scoring 14 goals with 1 assist. Same average rating as last year, 7.11. In the cup he scored a goal, so he's averaging a goal every other game in the cup competitions. In terms of Wolves, where did they finish? They finished 13th in the Premier League, so as you can see, they're not really doing much or that successful. If you remember when we did part 2, he moved to Wolves and he had quite a good team. He had an old Kevin De Bruyne and Christian Eriksen, Nelson Semedo, so he had some quality players. But since then, they've kind of really just been a mid-table team. There's no one really here that you kind of go, they're amazing. They've obviously got Ryan Brewster, who is currently at Liverpool. They've got Diego Dalot, who is at United at the moment. But they don't seem to have these standout players that can obviously go on and challenge for competitions. In terms of the other competitions, got to the semi-final of the Friendly Cup. I'm not entirely sure what the Friendly Cup is. It must just be some sort of pre-season tournament. But in terms of actual competitions, got knocked out in the 5th round by Burnley in the FA Cup, knocked out in the 2nd round by in the Carabao Cup to West Ham, So they're not really doing much in those competitions, the competition that you would expect them to maybe challenge and obviously try and win. Because I don't expect them to obviously be winning the Premier League. But other than that, there's nothing really to report on. So what I may do now is I may go 5 years into the future, and then we can pick out some of the highlights from that. And obviously we'll go until Baby Yoda has retired. So yeah, let's go forward 5 years, and I will be back in a sec, and then we can see what's going on. So we're at the end of the 2038 season, and it appears Baby Yoda has retired as a professional footballer at the age of 34, which is quite young, to be honest with you, when you consider that some players are going into their 40s now. So that's quite a surprise that he's decided to hang up his boots at 34. He did move away from Wolves, it appears. He went to Derby for a bit. If you remember, he did go on loan to Derby, and he did very well for them there. Obviously winning the championship with them, helping them get promoted. So he's returned to Derby, where I'm sure he was very well received. It appears that he went for 20.5 million. He made 85 appearances there, scoring 28 goals. So not a bad return, especially in his twilight days of his career. From there, he moved on loan to Schalke, so he got a bit of European football, some experience. He did pretty well, to be fair. He made 12 appearances, scoring 5 goals. So he got to take in the German culture. But if you look at his achievements, he has 2 winners' medal, with one of them being the French Youth Invitational with the England under-20s, and he has the Sky Bet Championship winners' medal. So not great haul. So in terms of the experiment and whether Baby Yoda could fulfill his potential, it appears he's failed. He's had a very mediocre career, pretty much just a Jesse Lingard type, not doing much in terms of taking the world by storm. Not really what you would consider with someone with maxed out potential. He did make a few appearances for England, 39 appearances with 20 goals, which is a good return in terms of goals to game ratio. So that's just over a goal every other game. But you don't know who he scored against. He could have been scoring against San Marino and Andorra. So it's not like he's won anything with England. So overall, in terms of the experiment, we can say that it's a bit of a fail. So yeah, 6 clubs, 502 total appearances, 184 goals, very mediocre career. Got Matt Letizia written all over it. But yeah, that concludes this experiment. So thank you for joining me. If you like what you saw, please subscribe. Obviously give the video a like, and I'll see you for the next one. Thank you.